All right, guys, I got 12 o'clock. Thank you so much for hopping on. I am sharing my screen here. Let me know if you guys can see it okay.
We've got it. Thank you.
All right, so today we're going to cover some Elevate 2.0 flow updates, and really we want to focus on pay later. This is for in-store sales and for RPD. So we will have this call recorded. If you have any employees that weren't able to hop on at the start, this will be recorded and sent out afterwards, and we have a copy of this deck we can email you as well. All right, so the agenda today, we're going to cover over the pay later retail advantages. We're going to go over Elevate 2.0, some GSF updates and need to knows. One of the big ones there, let's just let it out now. The add a line functionality is now included, so that's awesome. Pivot from pay later to pay now and resources. So let's go ahead and jump into the terminology. So in Boost, there's now two types of customers coming to your doors. You have pay later customers or pay now customers. Your pay now customers are your prepaid customers that are coming into your store every single day. So you think of those as your pay now customers. Your pay later customers, those are your postpaid customers, right? So Boost is at a unique opportunity to have both product lines under one brand. The ability to sell both prepaid and both postpaid under the brand name Boost is something that most carriers don't have the ability to. So anyone walking in your doors, you should now be able to close a sale for. When you're qualifying your customers, it's an important question you start asking. Do you want to use pay now or pay later to buy your device, right? Now, your customers aren't going to know what pay now or pay later is, so that's when you're going to be able to pivot to your qualifying questions. The retail advantages with Elevate 2.0. So this is for branded stores. If you happen to be a multi-carrier, if you go up to branded store, this is kind of the Elevate features that come with branded. And for you guys that are branded, you have the ability to use Elevate 2.0. So what does Elevate 2.0 mean for our branded retailers? You have flow updates, upfront customer eligibility checks. That's already in place. I know that was a big pain last year, right? That's been fixed. Less screens, less hassle. Best deals require auto pay. Sorry, a little tongue tied there. Best deals require auto pay. If you think about the auto pay numbers for our country right now, we're almost at 50% on average. It's like in order to get a good deal, customers have to get auto pay. This is the way the industry is going. All the competitors doing it. Metro, Crick, Boost, we're all doing it. It makes sure your customers are legit and they're going to stick with you guys longer. So that ATU, that 50%, if you're not at that, then you have some opportunity to grow. Realistically, I think you should be able to obtain numbers at 70% and higher for auto pay. Because if you think about it, most people have a debit or credit card. You simply use that assumption code, close what debit or credit card you want your payments taken out of every month. Boom, pivot to your auto pay, right? So the most in-store purchase options like you've never had with Elevate 2.0. So you have the pay later, the ability to sell the finances devices in store, and RPD is still active. And then if the customer doesn't qualify for pay later, no worries. We have great pay now options. All right. Elevate 2.0 is what allows you guys to sell in store. And you want to make sure that you have your pay later options for pay later in-store inventory as well as RPD, that is your retail postpaid dropship. Okay, so we kind of covered the differences here, right? So pay now, again, that is your prepaid customers. They bring in their own phone or they pay to purchase a new phone and pay their bill before each month. Pay later, those are your postpaid customers. Allows our customers to see if they qualify for pay services after they use them rather than before. Postpaid, right? They can also finance the cost of their phone rather than paying for it up front. Requires credit check and auto pay. So anyone who's going to be a pay later customer is going to have their credit check and it's going to be signed up for autopay. It's part of the program. And why is this so important? And why are we having this call? Well, I think this is a big opportunity that we are not taking advantage of right now. We're focused on our bread and butter, which is our prepaid customers, and you guys are crushing it. We're having year-over-year growth. Our prepaid customer activations are great, but that's only a small slice of the pie. This pie is huge. If you look at postpaid compared to prepaid customers, majority of customers in the country are postpaid customers, 272 million compared to only 69 million prepaid, right? So, and then if you look at customer lifetime value, the longer a customer stays with your store, the more your store makes from that customer. And if you go postpaid compared to prepaid, you got 74% of your postpaid customers or your pay later customers will be sticking with Boost after 2 years, whereas only 26% of our prepaid customers or our pay now customers stick with us after 2 years. And there's way less people in that pool, right? So this was an eye-opener for me. If you look at the pie, 256 million customers for our pay later or our postpaid, however you want to phrase that. you're competing against T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon, and now Boost. And that's big. That's when iPhone started showing Boost Mobile on the iPhone's website, because we are now one of those postpaid carriers. That's what got us onto that. Compared to prepaid, a smaller slice of the pie, 69 million compared to 256 million. And look how many players are in the game: Cricket, Metro, Total, AT&T, Mint, Visible, Straight Talk, TracFone, Simple, US, and it goes on and on and on, right? So it's clear that there's a huge opportunity for you guys to be forward thinking and get on top of these pay later, your postpaid customers right now, especially as we're in growth mode. Think of the markets we can go into and crush with the savings with Boost and postpaid. If you look at our rate plan options, the infinite access is what you guys are going to sell all day on postpaid or pay later, right? They do have the $50 plan, the $60 plan, $65 plan. 25 is only on pay now customers, but that 65 infinite access is going to be your bread and butter. That's all day, every day. I am quoting that plan to my customers, right? So that allows that yearly savings up to $1,000 with Apple or $800 with Samsung. Hotspot capabilities on that as well, and it does include global talk and text and annual upgrades. That's a big thing about that infinite access. If you look at Boost compared to our competition, we have the best deals out there. That no one has a lower price plan. That $65 infinite access plan in the postpaid world is as cheap as it comes, guys. And big advantage, there's no trade-in required. If you want to go with the other companies, the purple company or blue or red company, you have to trade your phone in for all those companies. For Boost, you don't have to. So that's a huge edge that we have over our competition, on top of the lower cost of the rate plan. So two huge advantages. And also device protection. You can get device protection as low as $12 compared to $18 with our competition. Now, the rate card changes, the key callouts again, $65 infinite access all day, every day. The most popular plan you guys are going to have. Got the $1,000 credit for Apple, $800 credit for Samsung, and no trade-in required. All right. Any questions on the difference between pay now and pay later before we jump into Elevate 2.0? All right, let's move forward. So Elevate 2.0, you're going to notice if you select new number, the steps look a little different now. You're going to see these three buttons on the left-hand side, and let me go into a little more detail on those. So the top one, the credit qualify for financing, that's basically your pay later button. That's where if you got a customer and they are going to be a potential postpaid customer, you know they're at the bat, credit qualify for financing. This allows you to verify the customer's identity, complete that soft credit check, and sign them up for those pay later services. The next one is remind later to credit qualify. You can select that path when you're doing a pay now sale with promotional pricing. It'll skip the soft credit check and begin the CIP process. And then the last one would be for BYOD or full price of a phone, skip credit qualifications. So in other words, top one's going to be postpaid or pay later. Middle one's going to be prepaid, pay now. Bottom one is going to be BYOD or paying full price of the phone. A reminder, if you choose Remind Later, you will see the opt-in for verification in the bottom right screen in the guided sales flow. So make sure you guys are aware of that. You'll see it if you're looking at the screen with me right now. You'll see under the Enroll and Auto Pay, there's an opt-in for verification. Click here to opt in, and that's where you can do the add-on lines, numbers, and devices. Now, when we click on Pay Later, the customer may be prompted for additional verification during this process, and that means there's going to be a phone number that's going to pop up, and it talks about this in a couple of slides here that we're going to see. Just call the number, follow the steps. This is very simple, guys. If you're reading the screen and follow the steps, it's going to walk you through exactly what to do. So after successfully verifying the customer's identification, you're going to fill in the information, the verification page to complete that soft credit check. Remember, pay later customers need to sign a loan agreement, which we send to their email. Double check you enter the correct email address on this page. Very important about that email address. It is not an email address that's previously been used with Sprint as well. So you need to ask them, have you been with Sprint or Boost in the past? Boost is working on eliminating that, but as of right now, that is something that we are dealing with. So make sure it is a unique and real email address for that customer. They're going to have one or two messages after they run their information. You could see they're approved, or you might get this almost approved, and you're going to see that phone number. This customer's almost there. Please tell the customer to give Boost a call at 833-588-5870. This is what I was saying. Just complete that step. Do that. It's going to further verify your customer, and you're going to be good to go. The other option, if they're not approved, it can say not approved. It says X for device financing, X for postpaid servicing, check mark for promotional pricing. That means they're not approved for a postpaid or pay later customer. No worries, we can get you on pay now, right? So they would be a prepaid customer for us. And it'll tell us a little bit on how to best pivot that, right? So, hey, no worries, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. I know you were really excited about getting the postpaid offer that didn't work out for you, but we still have some really great deals with Boost Prepaid that are going to give you some amazing savings and pivot to your prepaid offer, right? So acknowledge what the customer, didn't get it if they want a postpaid, but we still have something for them that's going to save them even more money, right? So we'll take care of them. Now, what is the new things in Elevate 2.0? So auto pay integration is already here. The email verification, again, has to be unique is here. Upfront port eligibility check, simplified SIM loading. Now, the ability to activate new pay later accounts with in-store inventory launched on 2.11. The pay later soft credit check also launched. And then it says future capabilities, but this is what I said launched last week. The ability to add lines to existing pay later accounts in Elevate. That went live last week. So you can now do add lines. Important call out because that is brand new. All right. And ability to upgrade existing pay later accounts in Elevate is, I don't think that one's here yet. That's future capabilities. But that ability to add lines for existing pay later accounts is now active in Elevate. Now, key call outs here. If you're already live auto pay integration. So the key ATU call outs, you can select the auto pay button once the add lines, numbers, and devices page. You can see that in the bottom right. Just click on enroll in auto pay. Again, every customer in my store is going to be rolling in auto pay unless they physically don't have a debit or credit card. Why? Because it's going to save them $9 per month. It's going to save them the $5 in-store service, or sorry, it's going to save them the $5 per month off their bill plus the $4 in-store service fee. So that's a $9 per month savings with AutoPay. So I tell the customer, you got debit or credit card, oh, you're going to want to do this. It's basically going to take almost 25% off your bill each month. They're going to save $9 every month. Is there a question? No questions. All right. Then again, on the email verification, I've called this out twice already, right? Make sure we don't use a generic email address. It has to be a valid email address. Don't use anything that's previously been used with Boost. Again, they're working on getting around that, but right now this is the world we are in, so it can't be an email that's previously with Boost. So if it comes to it, you have to create a new email address for the customer. That might be something you have to do if they don't have another one available. One of the best practices for this email verification step, because this is really important, this email piece we can't mess up on because this is how we're going to get the customer approved, and it has to be a unique email address. So make sure you're sending a test message and getting a reply. So use your store email account so they're not emailing you. Use your store email account, send a test message to them. Proactively ensure the email is active and not limited by any data cap. And just ask your customer, have you had Boost or Sprint previously? Well, the current system prohibits use of previously associated emails. Again, in the future, they're going to remove that limitation. Elevate 2.0 simplified SIM loading. Oh, PSA, guys. I know this is about SIM right here, but when you guys get equipment from DCI, make sure you load your equipment immediately into Elevate. If you guys get your equipment and you don't accept that shipment, you accept your inventory in Elevate, it's not showing compliance. So when we're thinking ISPS, make sure you're accepting your equipment inventory orders. Side tangent, because that is a hot button for us right now. Make sure you're always 100% your ISPS and you're accepting your inventory orders. Now, back to that simplified SIM loading. So GSF is going to require specific SIM. Again, this is just follow what the system says. If it says black, put them on black. If it says rainbow, put them on rainbow. Whatever the system says, trust it. It's not a system error. It bases it on the zip code that you're giving the customer. So based on where that customer lives, the system knows which one of our services will have the best coverage, and that's the SIM they want to go with. Now, the pricing matrix is going to get real cool too. This is what's coming very soon for you guys. So the pricing matrix that's in GSF right now is going to update to be able to show you device search. You can search for inventory levels instantly, the retail price instantly, the promo price, and the device financing price are all going to be right there for you. So some very cool stuff coming. I know the hot sheet is kind of an eye chart for you guys. So that is coming into Guided Sales Flow new as well. Other GSF updates and need to know. So when you are opening the Elevate Guided Sales Flow, you select a new customer, you select the customer's age, click continue, click their zip code, check availability. This is just your regular customer coming in, your regular new customer where we're walking them through right here, right? So this is the process. This is how we do the activation. That customer comes in, you do your normal steps, you select new number or port in, depending on what it is for that customer. And then if you choose port in, you'll enter the customer's number to determine its eligibility. And you will see that number pop up saying, hey, this is eligible, proceed with the activation process. This is an update. It's going to allow you to determine if it's eligible and obviously continue through. We just went through these GSF updates as far as credit qualify for financing. Again, that's for your postpaid or your pay later customers. Remind me later to credit qualify. That's for your pay now customers. And then skip questions for your BYOD or MSRP full price customers. Okay. When it comes to pay later, the dropship reminder, you verify the customer's ID. After you verify that customer's ID, you'll see the verification message. Make sure you copy this verification ID number in case you need to complete a dropship order later in the flow. All right. So if you might need to complete a dropship order and you do that verification, do a quick screenshot, write this down, put it on your notepad, save this verification ID number. All right, let's walk through that dropship buy flow all the way for you guys, okay? So we get in here, we get into the guided sales flow. We're going to click on Dish Sales Portal, and then we're going to click on Dropship Buy Flow. You're going to select what model iPhone they want. Let's say they want the iPhone 16 Pro in this example. You're going to select all their customization options. So that's one of the cool things about Dropship. We can really customize this for the customer. Device color, storage capacity, boost protect, port or new, infinite access, obviously as we're going to put everybody on, and then you are going to click on add to cart in the bottom right after you've added all their customizations. Next, you're going to select the appropriate plan. So infinite access all day, every day, guys. Make that part of your daily vocab. Infinite access plan, best value for customers. Be thinking on those pay later opportunities. Once completed, click continue to check out. You're going to submit your soft credit check. So it's going to do your everything you put into your regular credit check, guys. Billing address, email, name, date of birth, first social. And then you use the CIP verification ID. Use the verification ID from the CIP scan in the identification verification section. One of the best practices when using those CIP verifications is to put the driver's license on a clipboard to reduce glare. Boost provided to those clipboards to stores in the past. So you may have one in your store right now. That's what those should be being used for. All right, so you choose CIP verification ID from the drop-down, enter in their verification ID. And again, so this example is they use Taylor Swift. ID isn't expired. They had the address in here. They got that. Congratulations. They got that verification ID. They wrote that verification ID down. Make sure to copy it. They then did that soft credit check example, and they chose CIP verification ID drop-down, and you enter in that ID number. All right, soft credit check and disclosure decisions. You want to read aloud the box about the credit check. I won't do that for you now. And then click on acknowledge to proceed. Then you could get that message to call that number, which we just talked about, right? No worries. You talk about no activation strings, no strings, super fast 5G. You're almost there. Give us a call. Call that number and proceed to checkout. If not approved, no worries. We have tons of great promotions. We have tons of other ways to get your iPhone. So unfortunately, Mr. Customer, you didn't qualify for pay later, but no worries. We have tons of great options to get that iPhone at an amazing price for you. Because guess what? We can still do device financing on prepaid and get him an awesome iPhone at a low price, right? So any customer coming in your door with postpaid and prepaid, with pay later and pay now, you guys should be able to turn into a sale. Okay. Now, advocates must complete these steps below to finalize approved customer. Again, that was calling that number. Click and proceed to checkout. Read the disclosures to your customers. Once the billing and contact information are entered, accept terms and click join now. So you're going to confirm the phone number, email address, all that good stuff. Call outs here. The customer is charged for the taxes on the retail price of the device. Taxes are based on shipping address. Call out 2. Customer will be pre-authorized the first month's MRC. All right. If the shipping address needs to be updated, we can uncheck this box and enter the right information. All right, so that was kind of the dropship buy flow. Those are the 10 steps that would complete a dropship buy flow. Any questions on that? All right. So let's talk about how to process watches and tablets, right? Because watches and tablets are here. There's a video just done for you guys about importance of getting these tablets in your stores, because there is no easier add-a-line sale than a tablet or a watch, and they are coming for you guys right now. So make sure we get these in stock. Make sure we get these selling. But let's go through how to do that. Follow the RPD flows we just did. The devices must be activated as an add-on to a voice line, which again, that functionality is live. That went live last week, so we can do these. Upfront costs is the first month's MRC plus taxes and fees. BYOD Apple devices are eligible for the tablet and watch plans, but only when activated via the Boost Mobile app. So just an FYI on that. Device protection is not available for watches and tablets at this time. Okay, so turn one line into two lines. Once you have your phone in your cart, click on Add Another Line. Choose Smartwatches at the top left of the screen. Choose the Apple Smartwatch with the special deal once again, and click on Add to Cart. Then you're going to see the plans. You have your smartwatch plan, which is $10 a month, or the tablet plan, which is $20 a month. And those are the plans if they have Boost, because this is retail postpaid dropship. These are add-a-lines for that, right? You can get these with your prepaid customers too. Add-a-lines are great either way for these, right? These are awesome, awesome deals. You get if you wanted to get a smartwatch on its own, you could, but the smartwatch plan would be $25 a month. As an add-on, it's only $10. The tablets are huge savings. You can get a tablet all by itself. Sure, you can do that. It would be $65 a month for the 30 gigs, or only $20 a month if you have Boost service, whether that's pay now or pay later. So huge opportunity for you guys. This should be your second aha light bulb moment of, oh, dang, this is a game changer. We have huge way to increase our sales and increase our gross ads right now through ad lines with tablets and smartwatches. Again, we just talked about those discounts with the plan. 45 on the tablets, 15 on the watches. There is training available for you guys out there right now in Boost University. And they have the entire RPD sales flow process is out there for you guys. So if you've not completed it, homework for you guys. By the end of the day today, have the RPD sales flow process completed and have your Apple Watch setup guide course completed as well. Make sure those are done so that you guys are ready to sell, because this stuff is live in your stores today. So if you're not up to speed, take these extra trainings, get yourself familiar with it. Reach out to us. We're happy to help as well. But man, this is a great way to make some extra money in the month of June and moving forward. Now, positioning and sell watches and tablets for our customers. Ideal customer is going to be new to Boost Mobile. Existing customers, those are also great as well, because that's still an add-on, right? So anyone coming in, these are going to be great for you guys. Let's get into how to do it in Elevate 2.0. So the Elevate 2.0 step action guide, if it's a port, which I don't think there's going to be many ports coming in on these tablets or these watches, these are going to be mostly new. If a port, you do your port verification. If it's a new number, choose new number. Choose verify later for pay now, or skip verification for BYOD. You're going to insert the IMEI and SIM per the guided sales flow prompts. For the purchasing option, you can choose pay in full. Run CIP to qualify for promotional pricing. Click yes for promotional pricing. Click no if it's full MSRP sale. If CIP is confirmed, load the promotional pricing into the cart and process out in Elevate. All right. So in other words, of the three boxes, the middle one, you're going to select your plan, select your tablet, select your ID, process through as normal. Any questions on this flow? Okay. Device financing agreement. So important for all these customers that we are signing up for pay later or device, they're going to be device financing, right? They're going to get a device financing agreement, and you better not let that customer leave without signing that agreement. So device financing agreement is sent to the customer's email that we signed them up for or we put on file. The subject line is going to say action required. Boost Mobile sent you a phone agreement to sign. Your customers need to click to sign it and have them do it while they're in the store, or everything could fall apart. They're going to forget. The phone's not going to come. You're going to have issues, right? Don't put this in the customer's hands. Put this in your hands. Make sure it's taken care of. The agreement must be signed immediately. So as soon as you are setting your customer up, they're going to get this email. You're going to go to their email address and click to sign to access the document. And again, this is their financing agreement document. So you're going to scroll down to where there's a yellow arrow pointing to the box. You click in it. They type in their electric signature, which is just their name. Click on submit, and that's it, right? Now, some need to knows for the sales flow. Do I still need to call into consumer protection for pay later in-store sales? Yes, just like RPD, trust the system, do what it tells you to do. What are the limits for pay later in-store sales? If approved, pay later storage can go up to 5 lines. RPD has a max of 3. This can be confusing, so let's go over that a little bit slower, right? Pay later in-store, so if the phones are in-store, you can go up to 5 lines. RPD, postpaid dropship, has a max of 3 lines that can be activated. So make sure we're aware of the difference there. What if my customer wants to return their pay later device or exchange it? The 30-day return policy applies to pay later sales. Since this is in-store inventory, it will allow them to follow the same return process you guys followed today. So RMA with Maria. All right. Once the device is returned, that should cancel the customer's existing financing agreement. Exchanges cannot be processed directly at this time for pay later. It would need to be fully returned and repurchased. All right, now that pivot. So this is when your customers get declined. How do we artfully tell that customer that they are not approved for pay later? Before we get into the talk track on that, let's go over the importance of kind of top-down selling. We've got to retrain ourselves to not think about our cheapest phone or our free phone option. A lot of times in secret shop stores, people will send me to the free phone option. You guys got to get in the framework of top-down selling. It's by far the most profitable way for your stores. So if you go pay later, our pay later plan gives you unlimited talk, text, and data. You can even take home that new phone today without paying anything up front. It's our premium plan, has all the best features for your peace of mind, right? So that's going to be our pay later. Or our leasing customers, oh, that's for any customer. If you ever get an objection about price, like, oh, I just don't have that much with me, I always ask, how much are you working with today? And whatever they say, like, let's see if I can make that work. And then I run Progressive or Acima leasing for them. And then boom, we can get them on a flexible option that works with their budget, or pay now, a regular prepaid, right? But top-down selling, guys, challenge yourself. Don't go for the low-hanging fruit. Go for the top, most profitable sale for every customer and work your way down. You can easily work your way down. It's very hard to work your way up. Same thing goes for tiers, right? When you're looking at phones, top tier selling, the iPhone 16 Pro would be like a top tier. Mid-range would be like your iPhone 13. Budget friendly would be your Moto G 5G, right? Okay, so now this is the verbiage to effectively pivot. If a customer, they really are gung-ho about postpaid, they don't get it, well, we still want that customer. So you want to tell them, hey, I understand that this might not be the news you're hoping for, but let's explore some excellent alternatives that might be a great fit for you, right? So that's like, oh, yeah, I understand you get it, and that sucks, right? I know it does, but we have some great deals. We're still going to save you a ton of money, and you're not going to leave my store without getting the phone you want, right? I'm still going to take care of them. Then you transition to your prepaid. We have some fantastic pay now plans that offer incredible value and flexibility. We can get you a great phone to meet your needs and budget. And honestly, guys, if we think about it, if we have a customer in a situation, our prepaid plans, it's a little bit cheaper. Yeah, they don't get the phone every year, but it's a little bit cheaper. So they are saving money that way. And you can create excitement around it. You know what? You're actually saving a little bit of money going on the prepaid side. So yeah, you can upgrade every 9 months. So no worries. You can still upgrade every 9 months, and you're going to save a little bit of money. So trust me, we're still going to take good care of you, right? So I'm going to make it a positive experience whether that customer is accepted or denied for the program. Again, in Boost University, Elevate 2.0 tab is there, guys. All the resources for this were all found in these tools that are out here for you guys. So Boost U houses all these Elevate 2.0 resources. The pay now and pay later full process flows and guided sales flow, including the CP verification path. Elevate 2.0 FAQs and best practices are included. Recorded webinars and guided walkthroughs are in there for you as well. Elevate 2.0 Part 1 and 2 in both English and Spanish are available. So tons of resources here for you guys to take at your own time as well. The frontline resources, they do have one-pagers, walkthrough, contact numbers, activation guides, and e-learnings all available for you guys. Again, that's all in your Pay Later Postpaid section on Boost University. Also, Elevate 2.0 tab in Boost University is going to have great information for that Pay Later customer flow and your new customer flow and your existing customer flows as well. And then kind of a public service announcement around Boost GPT. Make sure you guys are using Boost GPT. AI is kind of the way of the future, and this tool gets smarter the more and more you use it. And you can use this very, in very creative ways. Like you could say, "Hey, I got a customer that is only working with about $150. What's the best option for them? They're interested in a phone with a large screen and a great battery life, right?" And it'll give you suggestions. It's very, very cool. And the more you guys use it, the more it learns. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of Boost GPT, a resource just for you guys. All right, I got it right here at 12:29. So we got 1 minute for questions. We'll open up. Are there any questions at this time? All right. Well, if there are no questions, thank you guys so much for hopping on. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.